What's good in the hood, everybody? This is Craig Green, once again, welcoming all of you to Falcons Daily Sunday edition. Probably going to keep it kind of short and sweet today. Just want to again thank all of you for liking and subscribing to Falcons Daily. We are now over 300 subscribers, folks. Thank you so much. Let's keep the good times rolling, shall we? Please make sure you share the podcast and you share this platform and hit that subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you don't miss anything at all when it comes to Falcons news, stories, and opinions. Right now, guys, we're wrapping up rookie minicamp, and really there's not a whole lot going on at Flowery Branch at this point in time with the rookie minicamp. The bulk of the news and inquiries of things happened really on Friday. You heard from Raheem Morris, you heard from Jalen Walker, you heard from James Pierce, you heard from other rookies, Jack Nelson, Billy Bowman, Xavier Watts. They all spoke to the media, and they all talked about getting acclimated not only to Flowery Branch, but to Atlanta as well. Guys were just getting into town. Nobody had all their things situated yet. So so that's what Friday was. You got to remember, Friday was more of your field work, your 7-on-7 drills, things like that. Again, it wasn't team versus team, but guys were out there getting work in, helmets, shorts, making sure that they were able to move and groove in the ways that they needed. Get a little something on tape for the coaching staff. And then Saturday, again, was more of your strength and conditioning day. Again, no media was in there as well. There's been no videos or press conferences posted to the Falcons website or their YouTube channel. So a lot of the things they did on Saturday was kept under wraps. And then today is the wrap-up day. They're kind of just, putting putting the bow on the practices and on the rookie minicamp weekend. And they're going to say hasta la vista until it's time for the veteran and rookie minicamp, the combined camp, to start coming up very, very soon. So again, good. No news is good news, to be quite honest with you, right now in Atlanta. The only thing we're really waiting on, it's really two things. First of which, waiting for Ryan Newsel to sign his contract. And the second thing is waiting for, James Pierce to sign his as well. But Pierce was in the building, and he was doing all the things, and he talked to the media, and he seemed like he was in a good spot. So he's not worried about what's going on. I'm not either. Next, guys, let's take a look at, the schedule is going to be coming out here in a few days. Actually, Wednesday, the schedule will be released for the Falcons. You know, and I know, they always come out with some kind of entertaining video to drop that schedule release. My favorite one of them all, you guys probably remember this one. I believe it was 2021. I think it was the 21 or 22 season. The Falcons released a schedule release video in the honor of Gridiron Heights, where it was more like the Gridiron Heights meets The Bachelor with Roger Goodell with Freddie Falcon and all the different cameos. Josh Allen going through the table trying to get to the Super Bowl trophy still makes me laugh to this day when he just goes, Bills Mafia, and then just through the table. Just hilarious stuff. But anyway, that brings me to my point. This season, the Bills are actually coming to Atlanta to face the Falcons this year. That's right, Josh Allen and his gang will be in the A sometime this season. Again, we'll find out exactly when on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. But it brings up an interesting point that was made that we saw here, and this was brought up by the Pro Football and Sports Network. They brought up the fact that the Falcons have a pretty tough slate at home, and one of those games is against the Buffalo Bills. Now, if you remember, go back about 2 to 3 years ago. Actually, I'm sorry, go back to 2021, not even 2 or 3 years ago, folks. Go back to 2021. It was the end of the season. It was actually calendar year 2022, but it was the end of the 2021 season. Falcons visited the Buffalo Bills at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo. It was in the 20s out there. It was snowing, and the Falcons had a really good shot at winning that game, and I thought they honestly, I thought the Falcons got hosed a couple of times on some calls by the officials, and it really helped give the Bills the momentum and help put them over the top. I mean, if you remember correctly, the Falcons held a lead at halftime in Buffalo. This is the 2021 Falcons. Again, Matt Ryan in the twilight of his career. Kyle Pitts is a rookie, trying to piece together the running game. The defense still had a lot to be desired. And it showed that day as the Falcons gave up over 200 yards rushing to the Buffalo Bills. But if you remember, at half, Falcons led 15-14. Bills came back, took the lead. Then Atlanta thought they were going to take the lead back on a Matt Ryan scramble into the end zone for a touchdown, only for Matt Ryan, yes, that Matt Ryan, to be called for taunting. Matt Ryan called for taunting is like saying anchovies are the best topping on a pizza. It just is, it's blasphemous, and it's almost impossible to believe. So that's what happened. The touchdown got wiped off the board. Falcons ended up not scoring any more points the rest of the afternoon. They lost 29-15 to Buffalo. So do you got revenge on your mind? I don't know if a lot of the Falcons players are going to remember that. Maybe Jake Matthews, he was there. Maybe Caleb McGarry. Those guys may remember that game. But, I don't think there's any revenge factor to it. For the players, as a fan, yeah, you want to see the Falcons get even. And, yeah, I'm a Falcon fan. I'm a Falcon diehard, as well as a commentator and reporter. So I want, as the Falcon fan in me, would love nothing more than to see the Falcons get that win back, get their face back, and force Josh Allen into 3 more interceptions, just like he threw in 2022, in the 2021 season when the Falcons visited in Buffalo. But will there be revenge for the Falcons that day? We'll see. Leonard Floyd, Arnold Ebiketie, and that pass rush may have something to say about it. And now let's continue on. We're going to keep talking about the impending schedule release and games that are coming up this season. One of those has been reportedly leaked to the media and leaked to the public, and that's the Falcons game against the Indianapolis Colts, Week 10, reportedly in Berlin, Germany. That's right. How do you say rise up in German? Aufstehen, I believe is how you say it. So make sure you practice that before you hit on that. Get your passport and hit on the plane to Berlin. But that's the rumor right now. The Falcons and Colts, Week 10 in Berlin, Germany. The Colts are the designated home team. This would not be a Falcons home game. It would be a Colts home game for them. And, just take a look at the international series of it in and of itself. Falcons, this would be their 4th time playing international. Right now, they're 1-2 overall. They beat the Jets in 2021 in an international game. That was Kyle Pitts' first ever touchdown and his only touchdown of 2021. That year, they beat the New York Jets at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Falcons, interestingly, are 1-2 in London overall, but those 2 losses both came at Wembley Stadium, 2023 to the Jags. You remember that was the Toy Story game where not only did that look foolish, but the Falcons looked pretty foolish that afternoon. And one game that's really a sore spot for me as a Falcon fan, I mean, a lot of you may go to Super Bowl 51 as your peak disappointment as a Falcons fan. For me, it happened 2 years prior. At Wembley Stadium, 2014, Falcons-Lions. That game to me was one of the probably one of my worst memories as a Falcons fan. Falcons up 21-0, if you remember, in that game in 2014, right? They were up 21-0 on the Lions. The Lions walked them down. And at the very end of the game, with the Falcons up 21-19, Matt Prater knocks through a field goal to win it for the Lions. But if you remember when that happened, there was a penalty, a pre-snap penalty that happened on the Lions that you would have thought would have ended the game, being that there was no time on the clock. But instead, the rule allowed the Lions to re-kick the field goal, which Prater missed initially, and they went on to win the game, 22-21. So, yes, that was easily one of my worst memories as a Falcon fan in terms of blown leads, in terms of just bad karma, whatever it is. I know a lot of you go back to 28-3. I go back to 21-0 in London. But When it comes to this international series, Falcons will be looking to draw their record even at 2-2. If they do play this game in Berlin, it would be the first ever NFL game in Berlin, Germany. Again, they've used Munich and Frankfurt in the past. This would be the first ever game in Berlin. And some of you know who follow the Falcons extensively. There's Atlanta Falcons, Germany. Shout out to those guys. And I know they're going to be pumped up to see the Falcons in their country playing a game there and really trying to turn it into a Falcon home game as opposed to an away game. But their record against the Colts is not good. 3-15 overall against the Colts. 2 years ago, the Falcons beat them 29-10. That was the last time they played each other. But this would actually be the second time they would play the Colts outside of the United States. Again, some of you longtime Falcon fans or historians of the Falcons will remember the International Bowl. I believe that's what it was called. It took place in Tokyo at the Tokyo Dome back 20 years ago this August. Mike Vick against Peyton Manning. That's right. Michael Vick against Peyton Manning in the preseason in Tokyo at the Tokyo Dome. Falcons got the win that day, 27-20. Matt Schaub, the game MVP, threw a touchdown to Brian Finneran that day. Again, he came in relief of Mike Vick, and so that would one of my favorite memories. I've searched all over the web trying to find this game to watch it. It's almost impossible to find. So, and if you have a copy of that International Bowl, I would love to see it. Go back and just kind of jog my memories and relive that content. But again, we'll see if that game takes place. If the Falcons are playing in Berlin, you can expect a 9:30 or 10 a.m. kickoff that day. So get your breakfast fired up. Make sure you get up nice and early, get the dog walked, and get ready to rise up with the Falcons as they take on the Indianapolis Colts in Berlin. All right, guys. Last and certainly not least, want to just say Happy Mother's Day, guys. Happy Mother's Day to all of our Falcon moms. To my late mother, to your mom if you're watching. If you are a mom watching this, Happy Mother's Day to you and all the moms you know. We can look, the Falcons had a nice post for Mother's Day today where you saw A.J. Terrell with his mom, his fiance, and his daughter. Memorable Falcon moms over the years. Of course, Mama Jarrett, of course, you remember that. And think about some of the things the Falcons have done, in the community when it comes to embracing and welcoming women into the world of football. Their moms clinics that they hold. Also, limited partner Warwick Dunn, his charity to where he helps single moms find homes that they can purchase. Again, it's, those things are really wonderful to see. So, again, Happy Mother's Day to you, to your mom, all the moms you know, especially all the Falcon moms out there. If you guys are watching too, again, AJ Terrell's mom, Michael Penix's mom, Grady Jarrett's mom. I know you guys are in Chicago now, but for me, Grady and your family, you guys are Falcons for life. So again, Happy Mother's Day to all y'all out there, and thanks again for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and call it good for this Sunday afternoon. You guys enjoy the rest of your Mother's Day. We'll be back tomorrow with some more Falcons Daily, chopping it up again. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you don't miss any new content. And on top of that, make sure you give me a follow as well. Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G and the word sports. You can find me on every piece of social media under that handle. Thanks again, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will holler at you later.